Welcome to the Roseville Area High School Autobody Repair Shop. Here, students are taught, then tasked with diagnosing and repairing automotive vehicles. Currently, staff teacher Ken Subsinski is giving a debrief to the students before beginning class. This is the locker room, where students choose a locker where they may use it to keep clothes or a change of shoes, their RAHS Auto Repair Shop jumpsuit, and any other valuables they may want to keep in there. Right now, the students are putting on their jumpsuits and safety glasses in order to safely repair the vehicles in the garage. This is a required step as to make sure the students are properly equipped in order to provide the best repair service possible. Here is the inside of the garage where all the magic happens. Here is the interview I had with Ken Subsinski. Tell us about yourself first.
Okay. And my passion for cars and how I arrived at this. Okay, well, I think anything you're passionate about in life, I believe it's kind of something that you're kind of born with. So to talk about that, I got to tell the following story. So when I was a little baby in the crib, not even old enough to roll over yet, a little newborn baby, my mom's friend gave me a toy car to play with. I'm way too young for it. But your friend's like, let's just put it next to him and see what he does. So they put this car next to me. I guess I reached out, it was upside down. I guess I batted at the wheel of the car. And I've been batting at the wheel of cars ever since. And so the point of my story is I think your passions are something that are innate to you. You grow up, it's part of you. And then, and everybody I'm talking to in this video, you guys know when you're passionate about something, just something inside of you that clicks. And so that's how it was for cars for me. I always had a passion for them. I always loved them. I always loved studying about them, learning to work on them. So it was a natural progression for me to go on to college to be a high school auto shop teacher, which I've been doing now for 31 years. And it's a hard job, not boring job. But it's a very rewarding job for sure. I also really enjoy teaching teenagers to work on cars.
Oh yeah.
And I get immense satisfaction from them. I mean, if you look around the shop and you've been taking some pictures of it, these students walked into the shop beginning of the trimester, they didn't know how to work on cars. And they trained for most of the trimester, but now they can pull a car in, put it on the hoist, take the wheels off, perform an oil change on their own. This is all stuff they had no idea how to do before they started the class. So once they get their training done, I can just kind of sit back and help. But I'm very proud of what we're seeing here. We're seeing a bunch of students engaged, working, learning, and that whole confidence thing that we were talking about earlier, success.
What type of cars do you have now? And what type of cars you had back then?
Sure. Well, I've had lots of cars over the years, and I'd be on the spot a little bit to come up with all of them. But I do have a classic car collection currently, 5 cars. 2 of them are behind us here. And I think we're going to talk about those in a few minutes. So I have those 2 cars, which you guys are going to see on the video here. I also have a little pumpkin orange convertible, Italian convertible. It's a 1972 Fiat Spider. It's a little 2-door Italian sports car, 5-speed manual. It's kind of a fun little car. It's kind of a little summer play around car. And I have a 1971 Volkswagen camper bus, what they call Westphalia. So it's a Volkswagen with a pop-top camper, so I've had that since college. I also have a 1977 Chevy Impala, which is all red. What's kind of neat about that car, it only has 22,000 miles on it. And then I have a couple behind me. Now, one thing about my car collection is there's kind of 2 types of people on the planet that have car collections. Wealthy people that can just write a check for stuff. I'm a teacher, so you can probably figure out I'm not in that category. Or hands-on people that can buy a fixer-upper cheap and then over time make the car running. And that's the category I'm in. I really don't look for classic cars. They kind of come to me. And when it's the right one for the right price and something that I can put into my collection, I'll do it. Now at 5 classic cars, I'm kind of tapped out at this point. I'm not looking to get anything else, but you never know. Never say never.
What was it like getting to this point currently?
Sure.
When was it like getting this started, construction? Was it you that pushed this idea, or was it like the school?
Sure. So there's been an auto mechanics shop in Roseville School District since the early 1970s. It actually goes way back before me. I'm not that old. And it was located at the Kellogg High School, which is now the Roseville Area Middle School. And so when I took over the program 25 years ago, the program was not at RAHS campus. It was in the corner of the middle school, and that's where the auto shop was. When they combined to one high school in this district, they left the auto shop over there for funding reasons. They couldn't afford to build a shop here. It was not in the budget. So I was over there for 20 years, and my students would take a bus from here over to the middle school for a 2-hour class. And so we did that for 20 years, and then in 2016, 2017, the district was looking at creating new facilities, and they went to the shareholders of the district, the taxpayers, asked them what they wanted, and the taxpayers said, yeah, let's build a new auto shop at the high school. And so we were blessed with this wonderful, wonderful facility. The taxpayers of this district spent north of $1 million on this facility. And so we were able to take it over here. So we went from an outdated 50-plus-year-old facility that actually was a wood shop before it was an auto shop. So it was a 50-year out-of-date former wood shop, where the old auto shop was, to probably one of the most premier auto shops in definitely in the state, if not the country. One of the finest high school auto shops you're going to find. So we're really lucky to have this in Roseville, and we take good care of it, and we make good use of it.
Okay, so running this program, what's like the main goal, main idea that this program is built around?
All right. Okay, so the main goal, well, I say we have a couple of main goals. It depends on the student. The goal of this program, it depends on the student and what they want to do after high school. I'd say for anybody who takes this class, the main goal is to get better at using tools. We're using the platform of automotive repair to get a better chance at using tools and learn how to fix things. I think it's something your generation has just been deprived of, is a chance to use tools and learn how to fix things. So we use the platform of auto repair in here. So I think that's for everybody who takes this class. Now after that, do you want to own a car and do some of your own maintenance? Well, you're going to learn how to do some of that in this class by working on cars. And then the next level will ultimately be, is this a career for you? And so the career element would involve going to school after Roseville, going to a post-secondary technical college, and it would involve, but the advantage of taking this class in high school is you're going to be well prepared to succeed at the post-secondary level and go to technical college and have a successful secondary college experience, and then go on to your career after that.
That's great. So the next question I have for you is who is involved in the RAHS Auto Shop? What was starting it? Who helps keep it up, the maintenance and keep everything running? And what is your entire role in this?
Sure. Well, I'd say starting it, again, we're talking about a program that's been around in Roseville area schools for over 50 years, going back to early 1970s, as near as I can tell. There's not a great record of who was around back then, so I kind of had to piece it together. But it's a program that's existed and now is thriving. And to be honest, a lot of high schools back in the day, like in 1970s and 1980s, had auto shop classes, and a lot of them got rid of them. So the fact that Roseville has one in such a great facility is kind of rare and kind of special. As far as who's involved in it, I'm kind of a one-man band. You ever see the one-man band people that have the drum on their back and the cymbals between their knees, and they're playing the horn and they're playing all the instruments and walking around? That's kind of what I do. I'm kind of a one-man band down here. So I take care of all the maintenance. I take care of teaching the classes, scheduling the cars, billing customers. So it's kind of all on my shoulders, as the superintendent said the other day.
So, being in the RAHS Auto Shop class myself, I'm taking it up to the second class, I'm going to the third. I can definitely say it was enjoyable and very informative about all the vehicles and engineering altogether. But what is your perspective of the student experience, and what will they get out of this class?
When I was in high school, I had a passion for cars. I still do. That's why I do this. However, I didn't have this opportunity in high school. So I'm always thinking in my mind, what can I bring to students? What can I give them that I didn't have in high school? And that's kind of where this program has become. I'm trying to give them an experience that I think is something that I would have liked as a car guy. So So that's kind of where it stems from. What are they getting out of it? Hands-on. I mean, straight up hands-on. It's an opportunity to do real car repairs on real cars. And it doesn't get more real than that. The analogy I sometimes use is that, what if instead of just studying the Civil War, you actually could put on a Confederate or Union uniform and fire a cannon? How cool would that be? You know, right? Or fire a musket, you know. Preferably not at somebody, but you could do something like that, you know, simulate it. And here we're doing the real thing. And so I think it's that real world, hands-on responsibility, you know, the real people's cars we're working on, so there's a level of responsibility that all my students have to bring to what they do, you know. We don't have the luxury of kind of just trying it and, oh well, you know, I got a C on it and that's good enough. You know, I say car repair is like entering a passcode. It has to be 100% correct or else it's wrong.
So you talked a lot about responsibility and experience. Do you think that this chance to do these like car repairs will help them like bridge into a more independent adult life?
I think anytime a teenager finds success in whatever they do, it gives them some confidence. Confidence is a big word that teenagers use a lot. And if it inspires confidence by achieving success, like, yeah, I did that. This car came in here with worn out brakes. Now the brakes are brand new and they work perfectly. I did that. Car came in, needed an oil change. I did it 100% correct, and now the oil change is 100% in tune. I did that. I took a car that wasn't running right, and now it runs great. You know, I did that. And so for a student to be able to say something like that, like, I did that, and in that success, you find confidence, and in confidence, it does help you to grow and develop. So absolutely, yes.
All right, so we talked a lot about your car collection. How about you talk about these two cars that are recommended to you?
Okay, well, we have approval behind me, as you mentioned, and we're going to start. We're going to take a look at it. Okay. All right, my friends, so what we're looking at here is a 1960 Jaguar Mark II. This is a car I bought last October. It's been sitting in a garage for over 20 years. Previous owner just wasn't ever going to do anything with it. And so I've been looking for a particular project car for a particular project, and I came across this for the right price. I'm like, yeah, this is it. So we're going to build a project car in school here. Now, if we look at this thing, it's not complete. We have got the front fairly completed. Didn't have headlights when we got it. Didn't have this grille. It had the bumper, but it wasn't on the car. It had a bunch of paint on it. So we kind of got this all together. We got some turn signals that we got to drill holes for. Put turn signals in. And if you look under the hood here, by the way, the hood's on hinges. It did not have hinges. So this was literally a bunch of parts. So we're missing a few things under the hood, right? So what I plan to do if we come on over here is, this is a Chevy V8 out of an old Chevy pickup I had. So I have this and I have the transmission that goes behind it. So I was looking for a project car to put this Chevy V8 in. And so when this car became for sale, I Googled to see if anybody had ever put a Chevy V8 in a car like this. Would it fit? And people have done it, not from recently, but it's been done. So we're gonna put a Chevrolet V8 in this with a Chevrolet transmission, and we're basically making it into a hot rod. Now if we look inside the car, you can follow me here. It's a little sparse inside the car. There's not much in there, so we're gonna be making some custom interior for it too. I do have the seats. They are kind of in tired shape. But essentially, this is an old school American hot rod when it's all done, is what this car is going to be. So we're going to put the heartbeat of America, as Chevrolet used to call themselves, in here, with this engine and a Chevrolet transmission, and it's a custom car. All right, my friends, we got kind of a special car here. I bought this car on June 9th, 1986, 2 days after I graduated from high school and 3 days before my 18th birthday. What is it? Should we take a look? What we're looking at here is a 1965 Chevrolet Impala, and you see the SS right there? That stands for, I know some of you already know, we go around the side over here, it says it in scroll right there on the fender. 1965 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. So, this is a car I bought when I was just before I turned 18 years old. Hang on. Alright, so you can take a peek in the car if you want. So this is definitely old school. This car is getting a heavy remodel as far as being heavily modified. Upgrade brakes, upgrade suspension, upgrade engine, has a 6-speed transmission in it out of a Rally Sport Camaro from the 1990s. So we're basically turning this thing into a high horsepower. I'll show you under the hood. You don't have to know much about cars, but hopefully you can appreciate there's something kind of special going on here. Alright, there's the engine as it sits. So it's going to be about 400 horsepower, 6-speed manual, something called 411 posi rear end in it. This thing should be pretty quick when it's all done. So again, this car is a project car, also a chance to build a high-performance hot rod. It's just not something that students would normally have access to. The other advantage is that, now, to be clear, these are my cars, I pay for the parts, and you know, I keep the cars. But there's no timeline to get these cars done, and it's just a kind of a project I use in my advanced classes. It's an opportunity for them to do something. I could easily do this at home, but I choose to share this with my students and have an experience to do something like this. So I think it's just a great experience for them. They seem to really enjoy it, and so this is an old school American muscle car. What we're making here. When it's all done, it should be quite the beast.